I'll try and do some research on this because you know it does work with Uplay, so it might work with Origin.
Yeah, because this is the thing. Like, I have the games on Origin itself ready, but if I can just get them via Steam, on Steam via that,
then I don't have to bother with Origin anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd rather have them in Steam anyway. Oh, and by the way, back to the lead. Sorry, there was one little detail that people tend to, that have neglected. In the trailer, by the way, we all thought there was a cinematic, but it's actually been recorded using in-game in-engine assets, so that was the game, which was pretty cool, and it looked pretty fucking good. So. But obviously the terrain of the planet, you've seen the screenshot I sent you, that was basically a shot of the trailer, so even that was in-engine, which is fucking surprising.
Oh my.
You know how good that looked. So obviously they've said that the terrain of planets has been completely redone and is working on a different engine. Obviously one thing of note is the light atmosphere. Now we don't know if this obviously instantly means Earth-like worlds, but we are heading in that direction, so well, I'd say good. even if they aren't in this update instantly, they'll probably come along at some point.
Yep.
But one thing I happen to notice is there was one screenshot of this update. I think it's on the Steam page, or where you can wishlist it. Let me see. There was a really close-up shot of a Cobra Mark III, but a really close-up shot of it. And I noticed a couple of things. This is something that I have theorized they would do, because obviously now people are gonna get really up close and personal with these ships, so they need to kind of be dusted off a bit. They need to, look good.
They need to have more polygons.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say they definitely have more polygons, but I went into the game later and basically dusted off my own Cobra Mark III, applied the same paint job that it had on the screenshot, basically the standard paint job. And while it still looks very, very similar, there are a lot of extra details suddenly on the screenshot version. Extra like notches or welding things, or just little details here and there, just to make the shit that much more believable to look at.
Oh my.
And this was obviously just with the Cobra. The Cobra was heavily featured in the trailer, so I'm gonna go off on the limb and say that that was the one ship that they had completely ready to look the best. But I'm not gonna be too surprised if they do a similar thing with every ship, just to make it look a little bit better.
Yeah, and I feel that way.
Obviously, there are a few ships that need it more than others. Like some of the older ships, like the Sidewinder. The Sidewinder's back end looks absolutely atrocious. The Eagle, I would say, is pretty fine. There's nothing wrong there. But there are certain ships out there like the Diamondbacks that just look like they've got like a whole one polygon. The ships like the Ash Explorer don't really look the greatest. The Python can be dusted up a bit, and I use some more detailing. Funnily enough, it's the three big ships, the Condor, the Corvette, and the Cutter. I'd say they're pretty fine, but I wouldn't mind seeing them a little bit prettier. Obviously, with space legs attached to the game, we'll be able to actually walk around these massive ships. We're gonna make use of all the cool windows.
Yep.
And because of they suddenly have to basically put in this entire like. I don't know how detailed they're gonna make the interior of these ships, but I would hope that they weren't gonna cheap out and they just make it as nice as they can. But probably, that might change the layout of the ship just a bit, like some rooms that they pre-planned the design of the ship won't really fit, so they have to change the exterior just a tiny bit, stuff like that. I don't know if that's the solution they'll be taking, or if they'll just be, getting that interior to match what they've already got on the ship. But we've seen it happen before, where some ships they got a little bit of a facelift every so often. And this is probably where all of that is finally gonna get jumped to 11. But
alright, hold it on, Jasvin.
More chores, oh man.
Chores are annoying.
Well, yeah, well anyway, see you next time. Thank you for flopping by.
Yeah, I was actually here yesterday as well.
Yeah, I think I recognize his name from somewhere. But yeah, so we've got that to look forward to. So this update is, despite the loss of base building, which I'd say is a pretty heavy loss, yeah, it's alright. Luckily, you know, the base building thing was literally just a leak. It wasn't like actually confirmed, so I can live with the loss because it's not like Frontier announced it and then said that they weren't gonna do it again. That would have been a bit heartbreaking.
Yeah,
I
no.
was always a bit too skeptical about the base building thing. Would have liked to see it, but oh well. Another thing of note on one of these screenshots here is that the Anaconda that's flying overhead appears to be have some of its interior already modeled. There's a big hangar bay that's always been on the bottom end of the ship that you can kind of look through. And from the angle on the screenshot here, the Anaconda is quite far away, so you can't really see it. But there's definitely some detailing on the ceiling through one of those windows.
Oh
so
my.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. Honestly, it's going to be those big ships that I'm gonna take a good proper while exploring the fuck out of.
I mean, I don't even know, like, where was I gonna, like, getting the ships?
Well,
did I already have the vet?
Yeah, you had the vet.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You have the big 3 of them.
Yeah, now I remember.
Yeah.
It's so long ago for me already.
Well, luckily those annoying ass fleet carriers are finally gonna enter the game in a couple of days, so we can play around with those for a while.
Yeah,
But
I'm going to earn some money via you.
Even though
no!
Even though I'm completely stoked for these carriers, I have to admit that my hype has been completely killed because of this update. Like, I don't care about the stupid fleet carriers anymore. I just want to see Odyssey.
So, my game just... Nope, there's music.
Uh-oh.
There is... Is music, that's the worst part about it.
Don't let your guard down.
Okay, there we go. Sure.
Well, this is a crash.
Well, the thing is, I did actually get the thing up like, hey, yeah, like, do you want to close the game or do you want to wait for it to respawn again?
Yeah.
It has done this a couple of times before where it did actually crash. Yeah, you were saying?
No, I think it's pretty much done.
Oh yeah, because you said like your hype had been killed because of the new update.
Yeah, obviously these fleet carriers, they're pretty cool, but I mean, they're not space legs, are they?
No, but I am going to need, I do want a courier. Courier, what?
Nice. Carriage mode.
I want the courier, yeah, no, I want to have New Vegas in there.
Yeah. Gonna get yourself some NCR.
Yeah. I guess, man.
Honestly, I just can't wait to even just hear updates of this expansion. I just want to hear, you know, specifics, like what are we really gonna get. Obviously, we know there's space legs involved. We know that there's FPS gameplay involved. We've seen the jetpacks. We've seen the characters move around. We've seen the different weapons, different armor sets that are totally different from each other. But I really want to know, like, what kind of missions can we expect? You know, what kind of planets can we expect? How many armor sets or weapons or whatever can we expect? Hell, I want to see screenshots of the interior of the fucking ships. Please, Frontier. Give me I want to see my Corvette's bathroom, for fuck's sake.
Bathroom? Oh god. Only the bathroom.
And the bedroom. Second stage mine. Also, there's one little phrase in the update statement I kind of overlooked completely, but I really shouldn't have. Let me see. Let me take open up the Steam page here because this is where all the information is. Yeah, here. So obviously we had the about this content page. They explain a little bit on what the expansion is basically going to hold. Vague as ever. Obviously, they're not going to hit us with specifics. But one of these little sub sections is literally called "Assemble Your Crew." That's something I completely glossed over. I was more focused on what, you know, the actual text underneath the title was, but the title itself is actually the most interesting.
Assemble your own crew.
Is this going to finally mean we can get an NPC crew on the ship? Please, Raptr.
Alright, let's get your own harem on your ship.
The only thing I'm kind of against is the fact that well, I want to assemble my crew, but honest to God, I want to create the characters for my crew, because as you see from some of the Frontier mission boards, these NPCs that you can get, they really don't look the greatest, and you always kind of end up with a really old looking black guy, or a really old looking woman. And they always kind of look a little bit weird. Let me just create my own characters, let me at least, you know, hire them, and then customize them.
Yep.
But, you know, even that, there's just so much, I'd say, roleplay capability and, you know, a ship with your own crew. Ideally, and this is the sadistic guy in me, if your ship takes damage or something in a specific part of it, like near the engines, have your engineers actually take damage or something if the hull is penetrated or some shit. Like, let me be able to lose some of my crewmates, just for that added roleplay capability.
I mean, that would be handy.
Shit. Or like a group of actual, like we have in the story, some actual marines. If you land the ship, you get like a squad of guys that come out with you. Obviously this would only be done on the bigger ships as opposed to the smaller ones, but still, that'd be cool as shit.
And then if the AI accidentally hits you instead of the enemy.
Oh yeah, friendly fire could be a thing. Because yeah, I just see so much, you know, potential with this, but it all kind of comes down to like what the details are going to be, what are the specifics here, like what can and can't we expect. So I really can't wait for Frontier to come forward with a little bit more information on that. I'd say that obviously they're not going to be in any hurry, they'll just be I'd say that because this is an early 2021 update, they've announced this quite early on. Early 2021, I wouldn't have blamed them if they only announced it like a month or two from now, or in September or some shit.
Yeah.
They've announced quite early. But this is probably in reaction to the massive amount of backlash that they got from the Fleet Carrier update. The community got so pissed at them that they were like, okay, maybe we need to show the community what we've been doing. And well, surprise, surprise, looky here. That's the one thing we wanted to fucking hear for years. So Frontier has never really been good at the whole communicating with their community thing.
Yeah.
And they're definitely one of those developers that's more secretive than anything. They're not like other developers or like the guys who are working on Cyberpunk that basically tell you that they've done something new and cool the second they made it. They're like really secretive. Sound Frontier, sadly. But so well. At least they finally fucking come out with the one update I've been waiting for.
Name as well.
The community is still like kind of up in arms again because the Elite Dangerous community just can't seem to find common ground anywhere. Because there are a lot of people saying that well, they wanted atmospheric planets before space lags, and I will politely tell those people to go fuck themselves. Because I definitely wanted space lags more than atmospheric flight. Atmospheric flight would be cool, but it kind of looks like we're kind of getting it. But that will definitely depend on, you know, what kind of planets we'll be able to land on or not. Like we've got like moons that they have a light atmosphere, and we've got Earth-like worlds which are obviously vastly different.
Yep.
In flight mechanics and probably in the terrain generation. I'd say that planets like Earth or other like inhabited Earth-like worlds are basically a no-go. Because otherwise they'll have to like model the entire fucking Earth, and I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
No.
You can kind of look at how, obviously the one game that's doing this at the moment is the new flight sim game, but that's only because they're Microsoft, and Microsoft has access to like fucking Google Earth, Google Maps, and all kinds of satellite imagery that other game developers usually don't have. So that's why they're capable of doing it, but no one else really is. So Frontier is either going to have to make Earth by hand, which is well, not going to happen, or they're going to have to populate all the Earth-like worlds with vast regions of unexplored land, which I'd find to be rather unbelievable. Because in a galaxy with trillions upon trillions of people on multiple planets, open population to its fucking core, you'd expect there to not be a single fucking square kilometer of unexplored ground on the planet. We're exploring the fucking stars, for Christ's sake. Let us at least have explored the entirety of our planets. So no, I don't think they're going to be a thing.
I feel that.
What I do hope is that for Earth-like worlds or whatever, or actual like inhabited planets, like capital planets for factions, that they've got like one city that you can kind of lock onto and land there. Like, as like this social hub that they've mentioned. So you can still kind of land on the planet, you just can't really go out and explore around it. That at least would be fine. Because then they could just like focus all their details on just that landing area and the surrounding region, as opposed to the entire planet.
Don't let your guard down.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll just wait and see on how that'll happen. Obviously, we don't even know if Earth-like worlds are going to even be a thing in this update, because the Odyssey is the way they're explaining this is it's almost going to be an exclusive, like almost exploration update. They're making it sound like. Obviously, most of the mechanics are focused. You can basically use them in anything. You can always walk around your ship no matter what you're doing, and you can always kind of walk around on a planet no matter where you are or what planet it is. But it's definitely sounding like they're just giving just that much more to do during exploration, which kind of leads me to believe that the planets will be primarily walking around or getting missions for or whatever are going to be those unexplored planets, as opposed to the explored Earth-like ones.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a shame, but also kind of alright. I mean, as an explorer, I don't mind at all. That's the one thing I was going to do with my big ass carrier, so this update, well, yes please. But the carrier itself, I wonder, how well is that thing gonna work in with space legs. When you dock at the carrier and you actually go into the hangar, you'll notice that the hangar is vastly different and looks much sleeker and better than most of the ones in stations. Obviously, the carrier has been designed knowing that SpaceX was already on its way, so they don't have to basically redesign it in a couple of months after when the update comes.
Yeah.
But are we going to? Because this is kind of funny. Obviously, in stations you don't really see the other hangars once you're inside, but in the carrier you kind of do, because the landing pads are inches away from each other. The only thing that's in between you and the other hangar in front of you is this big ass like cargo bay door, and that thing totally looks like it's going to open. That it has the ability to basically open up if both hangars are closed or whatever, which is pretty fucking cool. So I can kind of imagine like a Calais, a Corvette, and an Anaconda just parking right next to each other, all the hangar bays opening, and you can just walk around between the three ships, and that'd be cool as shit.
Yeah.
But are we able to like go and visit the bridge of this fleet carrier? I mean, that'd be fucking cool. Just walk up to the bridge and just all sit there and just basically watch this massive fucking thing jump into orbit. That'd be cool as hell.
I want that.
Yeah. And one thing that that Frontier has kind of stated, obviously when they came to when they mentioned unrestricted exploration, this is probably going to include like surface settlements that have been abandoned or whatever, that you can just go into and explore whenever the fuck you want to. like no loading screens or no restrictions as like oh, you're unauthorized territory. Now they definitely said that more shady combat techniques can be used, which is definitely hinting at stealth gameplay as well. So yeah, this is definitely still a play your way kind of deal, like Frontiers Elite always has been. Like you can play as a trader, you can play as a smuggler, you can play as a criminal, as a bounty hunter, as a pirate, you name it. The same principle will apply to Space Black, so you can either go to an outpost to trade with them, to raid the fuck out of them, or anything in between.
Raid and take hostages.
Basically, yeah.
Sell them on the slave market.
And one thing I really want to see, but obviously because the armor sets that we've seen in the trailer and in the screenshots, they look pretty generic. They look alright. Honestly, there's been people saying that they didn't look as nice and detailed as they'd want to, but honestly, I'm kind of a fan of the look. I don't want it overly detailed, and I don't really think they look too bad at all. They look kind of just like the actual suits, the same amount of quality in these suits we have at the moment, with a little bit, more extra armor on top of it. But is this going to be the only style we've got available to us, or can we like imagine that there's going to be like an imperial or a federal variant of this? We can get like a crew of people in that fucking Corvette and walk around like a bunch of Federation Marines, or even Imperial Marines for that cutter. That'd be cool as shit. Can actually walk around like an Imperial Strike Force or some shit, like raiding Federation bases behind the lines. And that'd be the gameplay I'm down for. Just go over to like a Federation controlled planet. We've got like Imperial armor up, we've got our big ass cutter, and we coat it all in black, obviously, because we're special forces. We go to the dark side of the planet where it will be difficult to spot, land there, and then just raid the fuck out of Federation bases. Like we're some sort of commando team. And that already just sounds fucking amazing. But yeah, so this is definitely why I really want to see, actual update specifics. So please, Frontier, tell me anything. Show me everything you've got to show me. For the love of all that's holy. Please.
Wait, there are holy things in this world?
Well, I'd say that this Odyssey update's the single most holy thing I've seen for a while. Also, Frontier is...
Well, I've also seen someone called Holy and Evil.
Yeah, well, I can't really understand a word that guy's saying, so...
Nah, it's just Holy Neville.
Yeah. On top of this, Frontier is partnered up with some weird-ass company to host a giveaway. Most of the time, I tend to skip the fuck out of giveaways because, well, you're never gonna win anyway. But just to get some extra words out on this, on the update, and say, you know what, I'll sign up for this one. Because the price is pretty fucking cool. Knowing that, you won't ever get it, sadly enough. It is still fucking cool. Because it's a Elite Dangerous Odyssey themed PC that they built. And this is not... We're not talking about some normal ass PC here. This thing is fucking ridiculous.
Oh my.
We've partnered up with Overclockers UK to give away a special prize, which is wrapped in one of a kind Elite Odyssey case. This case, by the way, looks fucking amazing. But anyway, we've got, let's see, we've got an Intel Core i5, blah 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 blah. At least we're sticking with Intel. We've got the multiple coolers. Yeah, I mean, i5s are pretty fucking good, not gonna lie. Depends on which one you've got.
Yes.
But even though, because I don't know much about Intel, a lot of them, i5, i7, i9, i3 and some shit. But all the numbers that are after that are basically equally as important. But I don't know anything about that.
Practically the first number is which generation. So you got, for instance, the i7 4400. It just means it's the 4th generation of the i7.
Right.
And it's... I mean, I had an i3 4400 before, so...
And this is an i5 104. So this is not even 4000, this is 10,000. 10,400.
Yeah, okay, but That's a new fucking generation then.
Yeah, this is not going to be a cheap ass CPU anyway. On top of that, we've got multiple coolers. We've got 6 gigabytes of RAM, which I'd say for a gaming PC is completely overkill. Normally, a gaming PC has 8, so 16 is alright. You don't really need 32. I'd want 32, but well.
I want 32 as well.
But that's primarily because you know, the streaming and recording thing that I'll be doing and editing. So
yeah, for me it's actually
you know,
for me it's actually for game development and such.
For
as well.
just gaming reasons, you don't really need more than 16. You don't even really need 16. Oh well. Then we come to the crown jewel. We've got a RTX 2070 Super Founders Edition, which is a graphics card with a good old 8 gigabytes of RAM in the card alone, which is fucking ridiculous.
I want.
Yes, it's just that card alone. That's making me want this. That fucking card alone.
Well, for me, it's also the processor.
We've got a couple of storage things, but those storage things are kind of dropping the ball here. We've got a 250 gigabyte SSD and a 1 terabyte hard drive. That's it. I mean, storage space, you don't get a lot. You get enough to go by, but you'll want to upgrade pretty quickly. Luckily, I've got plenty of fucking storage here. I still have my 1.8 gig, and I've got the 300, and then another 100. And on top of that, if you do win this thing, you've got those 2 drives on top of that. So yeah, that's good. And then Windows Home Advanced. That's it. But honestly, I just want a PC case that says Elite Dangerous Odyssey on the side of it. That's I'm a basic bitch, okay.
That's all you care about.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this update for so long that I want everything. I just want everything that comes with it. So yes, I finally, for the first time in my life, actually entered one of these giveaway things. I'm completely convinced that obviously I won't be winning. I mean, this is such a fucking 1 in a million chance, but oh well. It is still kind of cool to see, you know, just how much, I'd say, work Frontier's putting into this update, because they know that this is a big thing, and they know that this is probably, from the way it looks, this is probably the update that's gonna finally save the fuck out of Elite, because Elite's been on a downward spiral for a while. This might be the update that finally, you know, I mean, if depending on what they will allow you to do with this update, like what the restrictions are, I wouldn't say that's it's going to be too surprising if they finally just take No Man's Sky and Star Citizen and trample them into dust. Holy shit. Star Citizen especially, obviously. No Man's Sky still kind of does its own thing, but it's basically just exploration based. But obviously there's only really 3 big space games, and those are it. And I've always kind of seen Elite as the one that really should be the #1 top dog, but its own restrictions are holding it back. And obviously Star Citizen had space legs pretty much off the get-go, and it looked amazing, and they always bragged about, you know, how cool their planets were, but they only had like 5 fucking planets to go and explore. Depending on how well this goes, we finally got space legs. We've got our vast array of ships, so you don't have to buy residual money, and we've got probably not 5 planets, but we've got millions of planets to go and explore. Billions even.
Yep.
So this will probably finally just kickstart Citizen's ass. Thank God. And that'll obviously also include a lot of free press for Elite. It'll start, you know, becoming more popular and finally, you know, getting more people involved in the game. That's something I actively want to actively care about. But part of me does. I know that I won't be communicating with any of these people anyway, because, you know, I'm all about my private groups and solo sessions.
Oh yeah, no, same.
But the more people play the game, I still want that, because that'll mean that, you know, the game's gonna get more popular, the developers gonna get more money in, and they're gonna update the game even more. So left or right, one way or the other, you still want a lot of people playing the game. Because otherwise the game's gonna die, and you know what happens to games that die is they don't get updated, and eventually they'll be killed off.
Yep.
And that's definitely something I don't want to happen.
Hey, Rust at YouTube. How you doing? Welcome to the stream.
Hello there.
I found the Ari's Impurity God.
The what now?
The first impurity god, the first big monster, the first master of one of the dungeons.
Okay.
So this is practically one of the bosses that is for the dungeons. And since the Ari's dungeon is the first one that opens up, this is also the first one you will ever fight in the entire game, like the first actual boss.
Okay. Cool. Oh, by the way, one more thing, actually. This is probably not news because this happened fucking years ago, but I only just found out. I was just obviously getting into the basically the airplane world for a while now, just kind of doing my research on it. Probably want to do a little bit of the story with it eventually, depending on how much research I end up doing. So obviously the movie Top Gun came up a couple of times.
Have you played Valorant? I have not, and I'm not planning to.
Yeah, that's that new game, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. The game is not for me.
Yeah, I mean, fucking anything, to be honest. But one thing I found out doing my research on Top Gun, I've been rewatching old scenes, the ones that I really liked when I initially watched it, and I've learned one thing that I never knew. Apparently, one of the pilots making the shots for the movie actually died whilst trying to film the shots for the movie.
Oh.
Yeah. You remember the moment basically where Maverick and Goose are flying on a mission and they actually crash and Goose dies?
Yeah.
The airplane's doing a flat spin, so it's flipping around and turning around. The pilot actually had to go up and perform that flat spin so they can film it. The pilot never recovered from the flat spin and actually died on impact.
Oh.
Yeah, when I read that kind of... Now I really can't look at that scene normally anymore. The next time I watched that scene I was like, oh fuck, I'm not watching a cool scene, I'm watching someone fall to their death now. Oh fuck. Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not nice.
That's not nice at all.
I mean, I never even knew this the first time I watched this. I only had to find out now, years upon years after the movie came out. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer.
That definitely is painful.
Yeah. I mean, this kind of just goes to show that, even though one of the movies kind of makes it out to be pretty easy, the whole flying thing, it really isn't.
No.
Like, there's been plenty of footage of air shows as well, where people in jets are performing cool ass stunts, and even some guys that had years of flying experience suddenly just losing control and just smashing into the ground. And it's a pretty fucking harrowing thing to see, honestly. Even though you can't see the person, you see this airplane shoot overhead, and someone's in there. They spin out of control and they smash to the ground, and then in comes this massive column of fire and smoke, and you just know they're fucked. And even though you never really see it happen, you're like, it still leaves you with a really bad aftertaste in your mouth. Like, oh god.
Yeah, no, not good at all.
No.
My turn.
I mean, going back to this pilot, this guy's name was Art Scholl. He was a pretty he was a pretty old guy, but for his time, he was a pretty experienced pilot. Hence why they brought him on board on the team, so they knew that something wouldn't go wrong. And the funny thing is that he probably could have recovered if he wasn't so focused on making that shot for the movie. The scene has been recreated a couple of times, and multiple pilots have performed a F-14 flat recovery spin recovery technique, and they did it all fine. And they knew that this guy probably would have been able to do it pretty easily, but for some reason he just didn't.
Next up.
Either he lost track of time or just lost focus, but to a lot of people, even people that knew him, they said that in interviews or behind the scenes, this guy was really fascinated with this movie and really wanted it to succeed. So people are kind of going out and saying that he probably didn't, intentionally give his life for the sake of the movie, but I think he accidentally prioritized just getting that shot perfect and then lost track of time. So he was plummeting down to the water a bit quicker than he thought he was. Just trying to get that shot right. Which is probably, in the end why the shot made it to the movie. There's a lot of movies in which accidents happen and, these shots or scenes are removed from the movie because, well, it's just not right. But this one was obviously, as we know now, it made its way in the movie.
Yep.
And even that, that whole accident with parted with the death of this goose guy, it was one of the most impactful scenes in the movie. It was definitely a big thing, even though you didn't even really know just how impactful it really was.
Yep.
Strange shit.
So I defeated the Ares Impurity God. Meaning the first part of this adventure is done. 11 more dungeons to go.
Another fun thing now that we're on the subject.
What to do now?
Obviously, flying this plane that they flew in the movie in DCS has been pretty interesting. People in the comment sections of tutorial videos have always kind of say that, oh, you need to use voice attack. That's gonna make this 10 times better. And I'm like, I'm not really sure. So fine, I'll try it. So I got voice attack. I bought a little program that comes with voice attack specifically built for DCS. So you can use, as opposed to going through a fucking menu whilst you're flying, you can just open up your mic and just talk to the air traffic control guy or to your flight, your wing members. So you can tell them you press the button, you're like close formation, and they just listen, they just do what you're telling them to, which is pretty fucking cool. But the coolest thing is that the F-14 has a different, it has like an exclusive little addition where you can talk to your co-pilot behind you. Now these are pretty much all of the commands that are usually in that little cogwheel thing, or in just the wheel thing. You can go and select them. The wheel doesn't function anymore, so you have to use your voice. But the options kind of are still the same, but there are a couple of exclusive ones, including I can tell them to literally press the button. I say like rock and roll, and he'll turn up fucking music. This music obviously comes straight out of Top Gun.
Congratulations.
So
Wow.
I'm today in my F-14 listening to Top Gun music, and it's fucking amazing.
Nice.
It is genuinely fucking amazing.
Defeating an impurity god so quickly shows you're a special
It is
gift.
kind of hilarious, not gonna lie.
That's understandable. It would seem like something stirring in the labyrinths is the cause of that. According to the documents I've researched, which span multiple centuries,
I might
there are
do
no
a little bit
records
of
this
a
happening previously.
stream later today, depending on how much time I end up having, because I have to go in a minute and
Right, God's gift?
do some sister-related stuff.
Oh wow.
Right.
She's requiring attention again.
Oh my.
So are you
So depending on how long that takes, obviously I don't know if I'll have a lot of time to stream, but if I do, I probably will, and I'll probably showcase this voice thing a bit, along with some actual combat training for once.
I'll try researching this further.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I'm not good at reading.
Because I'm trying to, obviously now that we know that
God's gift.
you can't
must
get
be
into the
tired.
co-pilot seat until you have
should
it.
go back to the
Obviously
inn
that'll
and
leave us
rest.
with quite a bit of time until we can finally get you into this co-pilot seat.
Yep.
God's gift.
This will be at least a month, so which is fine, because that allows me to really get the pilot side of the spectrum completely done. That'll make it a lot easier for you stepping into it if I kind of already know what you're supposed to be doing, or at least if I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Then we can completely focus on your side of the training as opposed to
I constantly
the two of us together kind of fucking around.
A device that was set up by my ancestors.
Obviously, I haven't
when the
spent too much
labyrinths
time
were
in the
erected.
co-pilot seat. There's still a couple of
Using the
tutorials
reflection
out
of
there,
star
but
energy along the walls,
yeah, they're a lot
impurities
less
are detected.
intuitive than the pilot side
Mirai,
because
why
obviously you're not
explain it?
flying a
The more
plane,
you'll
you're sitting
confuse
there
that
pressing
thing.
buttons.
If you want to know the intricacies of how it works,
So I haven't
come to
spent
my
too
room
much
later.
time familiarizing myself
tell
with
you all
that because
about it
one, I'm just having too much fun flying and talking shit to Jester, and
Don't
two, it's
worry,
gonna be your job
Godsman.
anyway.
I don't really get it either.
The new star offering is absorbing the impurities just fine. Isn't that right, Mirai?
Yes.
At this rate, all the star offerings will be enshrined in no time.
It may
Also
not
had a
be
bit of
much,
an incident
but I'll
the
be
other
holding
day. I
a
was
banquet
just
for
training
you in
myself,
celebration.
doing some carrier landing
Use
practice.
that as an
Because
opportunity
in
to
that
get
last
to know
stream
the
I
Star
accidentally
Maidens
landed
better.
it correctly, which I completely wasn't expecting at all. So I was trying to recreate that scene for a while, just to make sure that that wasn't just by sheer fucking luck and I actually know how to land the thing on a carrier. The second time I did it, I tried to use the automatic carrier landing system that comes in the N14, where it basically lands itself. But it can only do that if you under the exactly right circumstances, but the guy doing the tutorial didn't really say that, so every single time my plane just
And don't say it's too late for
basically flew right into
Remember
the
that
ass
our
of the
nation
ship
is in turmoil.
multiple
Party like
times.
this isn't normally
As
allowed
opposed to landing
unless
it on the
something
deck, I basically
significant
just
occurs.
fly into its fucking ass. Dead. Well, fuck. And
You've
this
already
is
done this
automated
so
carrier
far.
landing system is supposed to be like the
everyone in
easy
Grand
version.
Vanga is
That's
thankful
supposed to
to
be
you.
easy. Manually
Now,
landing
my
a plane on a
subjects,
carrier is supposed to be
prepare
difficult,
for
so
the
the first time I did it manually after that, of course I just
We
landed it.
shall welcome our saviors
God damn it,
from
guys!
Solar
Really, this is... God fucking damn it.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
very
kill some
easy,
time
thanks
before
guys.
the banquet starts.
And then the next time I tried to land anywhere, this was just
I know,
a
Ivy.
normal landing on a
Everyone's
airfield.
craving entertainment right
The
now.
first thing I did
We
is
want a
crash
reason to
immediately.
celebrate.
So I accidentally landed it on the carrier twice, but the first time I go in for a normal landing, I crash it.
Hey, you
Fuck's
came at
sake.
just the right time.
What?
Why are you
So
so
yeah, that's
calm?
not fun.
We have a huge problem. Did Narcissus not tell you anything?
What's got your panties in a bunch?
Wait, Mommy, you don't know either? Prepare a dress for me, right now. You have money, don't you? I heard from Narcissus that the king gave you some.
I heard from the sister, the king gave you some, and I get some money. There is no money, it got stolen!
Well then.
For fuck's sake, we had a thief, literally, a couple of seconds after I got the money, there was a thief.
Sorry.
I won't ask for much. Just give me the cheapest dress you can find.
Now you're discussing the imaginary money that you have.
Yeah.
Like you totally didn't lose it immediately.
I'm never asking you for anything ever again.
Why do you want to dress all of a sudden anyway?
There's going to be a welcoming party at the castle. Just look at me. What do you think this is? No, this is my uniform. I can't go to a party at the castle in this. But it's fine. You don't care if I embarrass myself at the party, do you?
What to do now?
Don't worry so much about that, Mahiru. The other Star Maidens are going to attend in their usual clothes. It's not just you.
Those already look so elegant. I'm the only one with this plain-looking black uniform. I thought I got pregnant, then got sent to a parallel world, and now I have to embarrass myself looking like this at a castle party. I look so pitiful no matter how you cut it.
Nonsense. You're quite attractive, Mahiru.
Huh?
You're beautiful just the way you are. The clothes you wear envy your beauty.
Narcissus.
If you really need one,
Fucking
I'll prepare a
Narcissus.
dress for you.
I'm fine like this, I think. But thank you for your concern.
I see.
That'll be my
Well,
phone.
I'll see you at the party.
You sure about this, Mahiru?
You got your war funds from Narcissus and the king, right? I'd feel bad trying to extort it out of him. But He can say really cheesy things without meaning to come off that way.
Don't tell me you love him.
How do you figure that? Anyway, I'll see you later.
In a parallel world full of worries, Mahiru meets a handsome teacher. What happened between the two of them? Forbidden relationship between student and teacher. I'm so excited.
Mana, you're talking bullshit again.
You aren't?
Right,
Fucking
well,
Mana.
I have to head out now.
The
Rip.
banquet's about to start.
Yep.
Let's go inside the castle.
Yeah, so probably be streaming later tonight. Don't know if you'll be awake then, but we'll see.
Depends on how late it
Tons
is.
of people are showing up.
When do you usually go to bed
Your
nowadays?
Majesty.
Just
Yes, this
midnight.
That was good because I'm
God's
probably not
gift.
going to stay up past
I've
midnight
prepared
too
many of
long.
the
At least
foods
not
you like to
while
dine on.
streaming.
Eat to your heart's
So
content.
I'll definitely be
and
starting
prepare
way
for your
before
next
midnight,
adventure
roughly
in the
around
meantime.
somewhere between 8 and 9.
Yeah, I'm only doing like 1 more hour of streaming anyway.
Alright,
1 hour and like 15 minutes.
Let us meet again later.
okay.
Enjoy
Gotcha.
yourself.
Because I only do 3 hours a day.
Alright, fair enough.
What's this?
Alright, anyway, heading off now. Have fun with the rest of your stream.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Goodbye.
God's gift. Welcome. Hope you have fun today. Hey, you. How'd you like some berry wine? Bottoms up. For you? King Ale? Yeah, we got that. And you? What? A dance? Not right now. Tarun's a guest too. So why's she acting like a bartender right now?
I don't know.
She's always working at the tavern, so I'm sure she feels more at ease this way.
Oh, you're here too.
I'm a guest of honor, so I have to be. As a Star Maiden, I can't just skip out on this. We need to talk. Do you have a minute?
And then?
I think you already know, but I'm in the Star Maiden class at the Academy. I noticed
know.
something as I spend more time with the other maidens there. Everyone's just doing their own thing. They aren't united at all.
I mean, aside from their Star Maiden duties, they do have their own lives.
I'm not saying it's bad that they don't interact, but I just thought we all had the same mission. I think we should come together more often. It'd be more efficient for you if we did that. Don't you agree?
Basically, you're saying it's a lack of communication. Well, they were all strangers before becoming Star Maidens.
Even with the ritual, they shouldn't rely on your lopsided knowledge. We should try to find out ways to make stronger Star Children on their own. We should supplement what the other doesn't know and share that information.
That is very fucking true.
Granted, I know it can be embarrassing. That's all the more reason to.
Amazing, Mahiru. You truly are the best honor student of the whole class.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Mr. Narcissus.
That's why I want you to lead the other 12 Star Maidens. The unity of all the Star Maidens is crucial.
All the other
to
12,
this
yeah, no,
mission.
it's actually correct.
So, Mahiru, I nominate you to be the class representative. What do you say?
Sure.
Very good. I'm counting on you. God's gift. Please also cooperate with Mahiru the best you can.
Sure.
But for now, let's stop with all this uptight business talk. Enjoy the party.
He's our teacher. What's wrong with calling him that?
You hated it at first, but you seem super into it now.
It's just to go back to my world. You should feel the same way.
You seem happy that Mahiru was complimented about being the best in class. And by that cheesy teacher of hers, too.
Please. He's nowhere near as cheesy as you.
What? Moi?
No.
Oh, so you like them cheesy then? Wait. This is getting way too weird.
Wow.
Well then, let's all cooperate more moving forward. The stuff I say isn't cheesy, right?
No, Mana, it's more annoying.
I see. I don't tease fairies like that.
Sure, Mana, sure. Fucking Mana.
Looks like there's more people now.
Couple drips still left, actually.
But all the Star Maidens aren't here yet. God's gift, you came at just the right time. We can't find Ari, Colette, or Yuzaha anywhere.
The Star Maiden introductory ceremony is about to start as well. What could they be doing?
I know this is sudden, but I need your help. Please, go find them.
Here's a log detailing occurrences within the last 5 minutes. We have reports saying that all 3 were seen in different places.
There's no time. Let's split up and look for them.
I'll look for Colette.
Then Mireille and I will look for the other 2. Fresh baked bread! Get your fresh baked bread here!
Colette.
Fresh baked bread! Get your fresh baked bread right here! Oh, hey God's gift! Want some of my hot buns?
I actually got some bread out of this.
Can't you tell? I'm passing out fresh bread to celebrate the occasion. Uh-oh. That's right. Thanks for reminding me. I'll leave the rest of my loaves to you. Hand it out, eat it, whatever you want.
Okay.
Thanks to you, I made it to the ceremony with crumbs to spare. So thank you very much. Great! Good bread always makes happiness. Oh, it's done! Now we feast!
It's for the dance. God's gift. Go and choose who you wish to dance with.
Oh no.
No.
Just have the Star Maidens lead you. They're all good, especially Faroon.
It's basically her job to dance. She's known for her sexy dance moves. You should enjoy the show, God's gift.
Everyone around here wants to see God's gifts dance. So, who will be your dance partner? Let's see. Oh, she's right over there.
Instantly Mahiru.
You rang?
Right.
Why me? Well, they have been teaching us how to dance in the Star Maiden class. I've taken the lessons, so I can dance better now. Dancing is necessary for some ceremonies. And for luring in a man.
For fuck's sake, Mana.
Oh, God's gift. Got a minute? Everyone won't stop clamoring about dancing with God's gift. If you'd like, want to dance with me? It's all right. I'll lead you.
So many guys want to dance with Faroon. What are you gonna do?
No, look at the list a little bit closer. What name looks really out of place in this list? Fucking just dance a fucking assistance. Like, what the hell?
Hey, Faroon is the one asking you for a dance, you know.
It's fine. God's gift did ask you first, Mahiru.
He just wanted to make a display out of 2 terrible dancers.
Sorry for butting in. I'll look for another partner.
Idiot! Don't you want strong star children? Why did you really want to dance with me? I haven't even said yes. Only if there's no one else who will dance with you. But I guess it's better if I lead the dance this time.
You know, I kind of feel like I want to do Narcissus.
We were both terrible. But we're both in our uniforms, so it wasn't a bad combination. I guess.
Mahiru.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go now.
Eek.
Oh, and thank you for dancing with me. I couldn't find anyone to dance with either, so it was a big help.
God's gift. You call those hobbling steps dance moves? You think you can defend the world with that?
Rione, you've had one too many. Apologies, God's gift. I'll take her away.
God's gift. The peace of the world is in your feet.
Huh?
Don't you ever forget that.
Sue, Ruka, Lilith, Tarua, help me. We're taking Rione to the medical office right now.
Okay. Oh, fine. Should we gag her too?
Hey, why did you not call me? I want some of the spotlight too.
Okay then.
He's got such a long face. On today of all days. That's definitely not like him.
Oh, God's gift. Are you enjoying the banquet?
He hasn't had one bite
Lunch.
to eat yet. Can you believe it?
Thank you for your work, Mana. I need to apologize for forcing such a dangerous mission upon you.
Aw, it's nothing. It happens.
God's gift. Have you gotten used to life in this world yet?
Not at all.
I hope you will grow to like this nation. I love this world dearly. That is why I must protect my country. However, our fate ultimately rests in your hands, God's gift. Please save Granvania. That shows your confidence. Mana, take care of God's gift for us.
You can count on me. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Let's just get back to the castle. I'm gonna stuff myself till my stomach bursts.
Palace Laboratory.
What's that light? Ancient glyphs? Mireille, are you here, Mireille?
This text appears to be something left by our ancestors. A spell has been cast on it to keep it hidden until this day.
Why reveal itself now?
We must decipher the ancient text to find out.
Hey. Hey. Hey, get up right now! Ouch!
For fuck's sake.
Don't just bolt up like that. You made me fall off the bed. Good morning. Your cute childhood friend woke you up. Doesn't that make this a good morning?
Morning, God's gift. Mahiru.
Good morning, Mana. Do you wake him up every morning? He's such a sleepyhead. It must be hard getting him to wake up.
What are you doing in a boy's room so early in the morning, Mahiru?
Wow.
I get it. Tryst, this is the morning after your affair. Ooh, since when did your guys' relationship get so steamy? What? Mahiru was on top of you? Mahiru, you seem to be into some pretty aggressive foreplay.
What the fuck, Mana?
What is with that explanation? I feel like one misunderstanding is just leading to another.
Don't worry, I will tell us all. My lips are sealed.
Hey, Druck. How you doing?
somewhere else, okay?
I'm glad to hear so. Oh,
Okay.
good grief.
I'll be waiting in the Star Maiden classroom.
I'm doing alright.
The academy. I'll explain all that later.
I'm just getting into this game right now.
Have a good time yesterday, God's gift. Young love.
Mana, for the love of fucking God. You never heard of this game.
Mahiru.
Conception is an anime to begin with. And there is Conception 1 and Conception 2 when it gets to games. Conception 1 is this one. I just have the plus version that is for the PC right now. Well, not so much on babies, it's Star Children. The baby phase never happens.
Actually, there's been a mysterious rumor going around the academy recently.
Mysterious rumor?
Students are suddenly disappearing. It's like they're being spirited away.
Well, not adults, but you do actually, they help you fight and such.
Yeah, it's so famous that you knew about it too, huh, Mana?
They're rumors passed down by the students since the founding of the academy.
It's the same on our world, right? The 7 wonders of the world or something? This rumor is called the Academy Spirited Away incident in class.
Pretty unoriginal name.
Then what if we changed it to Academy Serial Spiriting Away event as seen by the Midnight Express housemaid? You're no fun. Anyway, I think this rumor is related to actually being teleported. Do you remember how we came to this world? Exactly. Wouldn't you say we were spirited away?
What exactly are you getting at?
If students really are disappearing, then they must be taken through some sort of wormhole like we were, right?
That'd be big if it were true, but there's no way that's happening. Mirai would be able to sense it right away.
What do you think, God's gift? Well, one did at our school.
Alright, let's say that is the case. What then?
If we can use that gate, we might be able to return to our world. So I want to see if there's any truth to this rumor together.
Good
So
grief.
ridiculous. You brought us here just for that? God's gift, you don't need to go along with something so obviously meaningless. You have a much more important, very special mission on your hands.
You'll help me, won't you?
What do we need to do?
That's right.
Oh, thank you. It seems like you understand the importance of this mission. First, we need to talk to people and gather information. The shortcut to the truth is to get out there and actually talk to people. An old detective on TV said that.
What? God's gift, are you serious?
I want to get out of this magical world.
Just think about it first. If the gate really exists, and if you're able to return to your world with it, what do you do about your mission? Well, I guess that's to be expected. We're the weird ones for entrusting our fate to a stranger from another world.
Yep.
But this doesn't mean we will abandon you. Even if we fulfill our mission, the Gate of Light may not appear, right? So I want to find some way home as quickly as possible.
I see. Then I'm counting on you.
Okay. Now that we've got Mana's willing assent, let's start the investigation.
Hold on. Who said it was willing? No way I'm getting more involved in this. See ya!
Mana's mad, huh? Okay. There's so much to it all, so please just listen. If you nap during Miss Mahiru's lecture, you might get some chalk in the face. The first rumor is the Academy founding mystery. Originally, There were many different schools, but they were suddenly combined. No one knows exactly why, but there are many theories floating around. The second rumor is the Academy vanishing. This is the rumor from before. The third rumor is the disappearing headmaster. The headmaster disappears into the wall of his room like a ghost. Or, so people say. Next is the mysterious laboratory voice. Early in the morning, a spooky voice can be heard laughing in the empty lab. This rumor only began spreading recently. It might have some connection to the disappearances. Next is the King's Age. This is a baseless rumor that claims Shangri-La is 120 years old. The sixth rumor is the classmating potion. Using it supposedly brings you closer to a star maiden who's classmated. Sounds like a girl's love thing, but this refers to us, so I doubt it's true. Finally, there's the toilet fairy. In a certain bathroom, an angry fairy appears from the toilet and attacks. This one also seems fake. What do you think? That was just a quick rundown, but did you get it all? You were asleep? Fine. Let's just get going. We need to start talking to people.
Oh, good grief. This is one long rundown from like fighting.
We need to know where the disappearances are happening. Oh, Big Brother. What are you doing here? Yuzaha, there's something we want to ask you. Is it something I can answer? What if I don't have an answer for you? It's okay. Just tell us what you know. Okay. I'll do my best.
We want to know the King's Age.
Do you know about the rumor about students disappearing from the academy?
Or not?
Yes. More or less. Is there anything else you might know about it? I'm not sure if this is the same rumor, but Rione told me something before. She said a student suddenly disappeared in the medical office. Awesome! We got some good info right off the bat. Was I helpful?
Right.
Well then.
It wasn't that nice. I'm not the type of person people are very impressed with. Thank you for this important information, Yuzaha. Okay then. See you next class. Right. Our target is the medical office. That's where you were naked in front of the Scorpio Star Maiden. We'll only know if we go.
Oh no, Rione. Of course.
Oh, what are you two doing here?
We just spoke to Yuzaha. Is it true that students have disappeared here?
What? What are you talking about?
Is it true that students have been disappearing in the medical office?
Are you referring to one of the 7 Academy wonders?
Yuzaha told us that students suddenly disappeared here.
Sorry to burst your bubble, Mahiru, but that isn't some rumor. It's just something I told Yuzuha. It's regarding a student who suddenly felt sick and left the academy. They collapsed during class and were brought here. After, they were taken to the hospital and never came back. Ever since, the students began murmuring about how that student came here and vanished. Who knows? It was before I started working here. It said the students suddenly lost their star energy and collapsed. In any case, it's nothing to do with the rumor you're talking about. But since you're here, God's gift, do you want to check up?
I'll pass for today.
No.
Is that so? Well, Mahiru is here after all. I also have much better focus when it's just the two of us.
Am I the only one here who feels this is really unhealthy?
I'll leave that to your imagination.
Jeez. Well, I guess we're back to square one.
What made you want to look into all this in the first place?
Excuse us. Come on, let's go.
Okay then.
need to explain why we're looking into this, do we? Otherwise, it'll only turn out like it did with Mana.
Well, what are you two doing? Well, I guess seeing a couple isn't that rare.
A couple?
Could it be a morning hallway date?
Ruka, you've got it all wrong. We're investigating the 7 Academy wonders right now.
Wonders? Oh, you mean the origins of the Academy?
Yeah, that. Do you know anything?
I don't really know much about it at all, and I don't particularly care either. Though, I have heard a few things regarding this Academy's establishment. Something like the king liking kids in a weird way and wanting them near him. And about a magnetic field that controls people's thoughts in the Academy. Honestly, the reason for this Academy's establishment is a national secret. Mahiru, I'm sure you already heard about this.
Yeah,
What exactly do you plan to do with what you find out?
Right.
I'm not sure what that has to do with the wonders, but I understand. If I can help, I will.
Yay.
Just let me know.
Sorry to make you help us with something so silly, Ruka. Well, see you in class.
Right.
Our investigation isn't going so well.
Not particularly, no.
What? You're willing to give up that easily? Jeez. Okay. Let's investigate the disappearances later then.
Good.
Are there any other rumors that grab your interest? Not bad. Okay, let's investigate that rumor next. But it only happens in the morning, so let's get up even earlier next time. Then we can go to the lab and check it out. Hey! Wake up!
Oh no, we instantly continue on.
We got here early, and sure enough, no one's here. What a nice thing to be upset about. Shouldn't you just be happy your childhood friend is waking you up? Okay, let's go to the lab. Well, do you hear anything?
That's Murray.
Nice. This is so sudden, though. I'm at a loss here. I mean, we're right here, and it's actually happening. Let's go inside.
I was fucking right.
What's going on? This is so creepy.
You why are you here?
Why are you laughing like that?
Hold on a second. The medicine should be wearing off. Whew. This doesn't work either. I'm just not good at pharmacology.
Mirai, what are you doing?
By order of the king, I am making a medicine that will make everyone happy. Anyway, it's not going well, and I keep making a medicine that makes you laugh. This has been happening for a while. There's a limit to what one can subject themselves to. I'm sick of laughing. God's gift, would you mind being my test subject? You'd work as well, Mahiru.
No way!
Why are you two here anyway?
We're investigating the 7 Academy wonders. I never expected one would be happening because of you, Mirai. Sadly, it seems you have nothing to do with the disappearances either.
Nope.
In that case, have some of the medicine that will make you happy.
But isn't it laughing medicine?
Don't say that so loudly. This medicine is a national secret. It's not like I'm doing anything wrong. There's no reason to hide it. If they wanted to keep it secret, they shouldn't have hired me.
Well, excuse us for intruding then.
You're free to come anytime. When you do, test this medicine.
Oké dan.
so exhausted now. Thanks for your help. Let's call it a day.
Finally!